All right, in this video, we are going to explore SocialFish, our premier social media posting platform, which I think you are going to love. The first step, though, is that you need to log in to the platform. So you can do that very simply by going to login.bigfishlocal.org and then simply type in your email address and password and click sign in. Now, if you happen to forget your password, you can also click Reset Password here, and it will send you instructions on resetting your password. If you like, you can also choose to sign in with Google, but for me personally, I prefer to just sign in with my email address and password. Once you do that, it's going to log you right in here to your business dashboard. And so we're in a demo account here with Riversong Church. And you can see here in your dashboard that you have access to many elements, including Mapfish, SocialFish, and several others. But what we're going to talk about today is SocialFish. So let's go ahead and click SocialFish. And this is the platform that you can use both to monitor social media interactions, to schedule new posts. There's so much you can do with this tool. But what we're going to look at today is each element step by step so you can see how the whole thing works. So once you first log into SocialFish, what you're going to see here is this big compose button right in the middle, and also the option to connect accounts. Now, if you have not yet connected any accounts, you probably won't see this compose button. Instead, you'll see the connection button. And that's probably where you want to start, is connecting your social accounts. So let's try that right now. We're going to click Connect Account, and you can see you have the ability to connect up to 5 Facebook accounts. You can connect 1 Google page, you can connect 1 Instagram account, up to 4 Twitter accounts, and up to 4 LinkedIn accounts. Now, if you happen to be a multi-location business and you want to add additional Google My Business pages, we can also help you do that. You just have to let us know. But by default, you can connect multiple accounts across all of these platforms. So from here, if you want to connect a new account, you're simply just going to click the little plus button. And when you do that, it is going to take you out to Facebook, ask for permission. I'm going to go ahead and click continue. It's going to list all of your Facebook pages here. You can just click the one that you want to connect and click add. I'm not going to complete that process right now because we've already connected it, but you can see that's what you do. You just connect your account very simply and easily. Some are a little bit different on Twitter. Instead of taking you out to Twitter, it's just going to pop up with a username and password where you can log in. And one piece here that I did want to cover that is rather important is the Instagram connection. In order to connect Instagram, it must be a business or professional account. This is very, very important. So if your Instagram account is not already a business or professional account, the good news is when you click the connect button here, it is actually going to walk you through how to make that connection, how to convert it from a personal account into a business account. But I also want to let you know that if you are struggling with making any of these connections, that our team is here to help you out. So don't hesitate to reach out and schedule a time to work with one of our tech support team members to assist if you need that help. All right, once you've connected all of your accounts, you can start using the tool. So let's go back to the overview page here. This is what it's typically going to look like when you first log in. And you might want to now compose a new post, which you can do clicking here, or this big red button down here, or even right here. We make it really easy to compose a new post. So let's go ahead and click compose. Once you've done this, you will see that it by default will check mark all of your social accounts. We're assuming that you want to post everywhere. But if you don't want to post to, say, your Instagram account, you can uncheck that box. You can choose to only post to one place. You can post to 2, 3, 4, however many you want. You can even customize by account so that you post different things to different accounts if you would like to do that. But let's go back here and assume that we're posting the same thing everywhere. Alright, so the first box here is your content, and you can start typing in a fun message. This is a fun post. And you can see as I type that it is starting to show me how many characters I am using out of the total number available for Twitter. Now the other platforms don't have a maximum, but Twitter does. So you'll notice if I uncheck Twitter here, then now it's showing up to 1,500 characters. That's the next longest for Google My Business. But I'll go ahead and switch back so that we're posting everywhere. And as I continue to post here, I pasted a image there. Okay, there we go. So as I continue to post, this gets longer and longer, and if I start to go over, I've just hit my limit, you can see that it turns red. So then you know, hey, you've gone too far for Twitter, and it will ask you to reduce that down. The other thing you can do is you can start adding in some hashtags. So maybe I will say hashtag fun, hashtag church is awesome, or hashtag braces if I'm an orthodontist, or whatever it is that you're trying to type in. And you'll see it's keeping track of the number of hashtags. And there's no hard and fast rule to the number of hashtags you use. Some businesses don't use them at all, some use a lot. I can tell you that the posts that have 3 to 5 hashtags tend to perform a little bit better than posts that don't have any, but it's totally optional. And if you're wondering what a hashtag is, it's basically kind of like a category. So if people are on Twitter, for example, and someone used the hashtag braces, they can click that and then see other posts that have that same hashtag. So that's what that is. It kind of connects your post to other posts in the same category. All right. The next thing you might want to do is add an image. And in fact, if you're posting to Instagram, you must use an image. So you can click this and either upload your own image, or you can explore our library of free images. And there are literally thousands and thousands of images. We connect directly to Pixabay to pull those in. And so since this is a church, I might type in church here and see lots of church-related pictures, or maybe I might want to do, maybe I'm posting about prayer, or maybe worship. And you can see there are just lots and lots of options here, and you can load more and more and more. If you're a business, maybe you're a doctor, you could type in doctor, get lots of pictures around that. Or I could post, maybe I'm an orthodontist, I want to find a picture about teeth or smiles. Maybe I'm a mechanic and I want to post a picture about cars or engines or something like that. So pretty good odds you're going to be able to find a picture. Although I should mention that you typically will get a little bit better results if you use an actual picture from your business, just because it's a little bit more authentic. But it's totally fine to use stock images. Lots of businesses do, and a picture is better than no picture. You can also upload a video if you like as well. And then finally we have our GIFs, and you can search through these and find lots and lots of options of GIFs for your post as well. So those are all of the different ways you can upload imagery. And then what you'll see down here at the bottom is if you have connected to Google My Business, you can also make this an event, and this will show up in your Maps listing. Or you can add a call to action, such as, book now, learn more, shop, call now. And if you are posting on your Google My Business page, that can be very, very helpful if you're trying to drive calls or appointments. That can be very, very helpful. All right, finally, you can choose to publish it immediately. That's the default. Or you can schedule that out on a specific date. So maybe I want to publish it for next Wednesday, and I want to publish it at noon. So I can type that in. Let's do 12 o'clock p.m. And then you can't see it because of the way my screen recorder works, but right below this there is a schedule button, and you can click that to schedule the post. There's also a save draft button right here as well, and what that will do, if you click save draft, it will save it. Maybe you aren't quite ready to post, but you don't want to lose all the work you put in. That's what that's for. All right, I'm not actually going to post this, but you can see on the right, if I were to post it, what it would look like. And if I were to have selected an image, you can even see the preview with the image. So this is a little preview over here on the right. And for now, I'm just going to X out of here. And again, when I leave, it gives me the option to save the draft if I want, or I can just discard it. So that's how you create posts. Pretty simple. You can also go to your posts and see the posts that you've recently posted. So I can go to recent posts. I can see how they're doing, how many people saw the post, how many people interacted with the post. Did they like, share, or did they comment? I could delete the post if I wanted to. Maybe I accidentally posted something. I can watch the video if there was a video post. And I can even click to view the post, which just opens it up so I can see the full post. So lots of options there. You can filter over here on the right if you want to search for a post within a certain date range, or maybe I only want to see Facebook posts. This little button right here just drops the filter out if you want to see the preview a little bit larger. You can also view the posts as a list if you'd rather do that. Sometimes that's a little bit easier to peruse, but I kind of like the grid view. I think you can see the posts more easily this way. You can also see posts that are scheduled into the future. This particular account doesn't have any posts scheduled, so we don't see any here, but if you had scheduled a bunch of posts out, we'd be able to view them here. You can also view your calendar, where you can see all of your previous posts sorted by day and all of your upcoming posts. This can be pretty handy if, for example, I had already scheduled posts on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, but I hadn't scheduled any for Wednesday. I would know, okay, well, maybe this is a good date to schedule a post. And by the way, you can actually schedule posts from within the calendar. So if I wanted to schedule a post for the 12th, I could just click the 12th, and you can see it takes me right in to schedule a post on that date. So that's pretty handy as well. You can explore your drafts here. So if you have saved some of your posts and you want to come back and edit them, you can see here's one where they have started. I can then edit this post and take it live, or I can discard the draft from here as well. And then finally, you can create templates here. So if you're often posting something similar, like, again, let's say you're a church and on Saturday maybe you want to post, hey, church starts tomorrow at 10 a.m. You could create a post that expressed that, and then you could come back and edit that template to change out the pictures or the text. And sometimes that can be helpful if you're posting the same kinds of things over and over again. All right, so that's everything in the My Posts tab. Let's move on to customer posts. So customer posts are nice because this is whenever someone likes or comments or shares your posts, or they're posting directly on your posts. So for example, here's one, join us live this Easter morning, and then Amy said, thank you for a beautiful service today. I might want to comment back and say, we appreciate you, or something like that. Of course, you might want to spell it right. And then I can post that reply right from within the dashboard. So I don't have to leave the platform and go to Facebook. I can do it all right here. If you don't really need to see the notification anymore, maybe you decided you don't want to like it or comment, you can just click dismiss. So that's the customer posts tab. By the way, on the right hand side, you can see posts that you've already responded to, posts that you've dismissed, posts that are awaiting a response. So you can filter those over here on the right. All right, let's go to leads. So this doesn't make sense for every business, but for some businesses, this can be a really powerful tool. So a lead search, basically what this does is you can put in a parameter, and our software will automatically scan Twitter to see people talking about that. So for example, I could say set up lead search. I could click add here. And in this example, since it's a church, I might put in the word church. So if somebody is tweeting about church, like, hey, I'm looking for a good church, so maybe I put in looking. So now if somebody types in looking and church, then it will show up in my feed here, and then I might respond back and say, hey, if you're looking for a good church, River Song's right down the road, and we would love to be your new home church. Or if someone types in, maybe you're an orthodontist and you want to find people looking for braces, and you can do that. And you can put in an address, and you can go up to 25-mile radius around that address. So Twitter is a really big place, and it would take hours to search through all of Twitter for your searches. So we localize the search to actually be able to pull in those results faster. And let's go ahead and put in, so like orthodontist. And that one's a little bit harder. How about mechanic? Okay. So I put in mechanic. I did 25 miles around this address. And then we can see here somebody posted, this mechanic really made my car worse than it already was. Okay, so if you were a mechanic, you might view this post and reply back to it and say, oh, I'm so sorry you had a bad experience with them. We would love to help you out. Maybe we can make it right. Or if somebody said, I'm searching for a good mechanic, you could reply back and say, hey, we'd love to help. So that's what this lead search is all about. And then here under leads, Twitter responses, you can also set it up to automatically respond. So if you have a search for, looking for a mechanic, you could have a response that you can use over and over again whenever a lead comes in that matches that search. So that's the leads section. The next section here is content. So this is pretty neat tool. If you are struggling to figure out what to post, you can set up a content search. And in here, you can either add in an RSS feed, which is sort of like a news feed or a blog feed. And to do that, you need to know the address for the blog feed. And you can sometimes find these if there's a website that you follow. Let me see if I can show you an example here. So I just did a search for RSS feeds for dentists, and it took me to this page here, the top 100 dental RSS feeds. So if you are a dentist, you might want to follow one of these feeds here and find news, events, things like that you might want to share on your page. So for example, I can click this feed here, and you can see all of these potential posts. Basically what would happen is if I copied this feed, this blog feed, into my interesting content section here, I would be able to repost feeds or posts from this feed. And you might want to follow several of these. In fact, you can do multiple RSS feeds that you follow, and then you have some starter content that you might want to use within your social marketing. You can also do a Twitter search, just like we did for the leads. So I could click add here, and I could type in, let's stick with this theme of orthodontists and dentists. So nothing for braces. What about teeth? And let's see, maybe there's some interesting content here that I might want to repost. Or maybe I put in, car, if I'm a mechanic. So, I don't know. This is totally dependent, of course, on what other people are saying in your area on Twitter. But you can do a Twitter search as well. I find that RSS feeds typically works a little bit better. And you can find RSS feeds for almost anything. Like I found a bunch here for dentists. I could type in, RSS feeds for mechanics, and here's a bunch of auto repair RSS feeds. I might find something good in here that I might want to use. So that's how the content section works. And then our insights tab is basically your information, kind of tells you how you're doing. So over the past 30 days, how has your audience grown or not grown? We can see if people are linking to your social media feeds, We can see how your individual posts are performing. So right now their reach has gone down just a little bit. Their posts aren't reaching quite as many people. They're getting slightly lower engagement. Obviously you want those numbers to go up, but you can even sort this by individual platforms. So their Facebook engagement is actually up, but their engagement is down on Instagram. So that's interesting. Maybe they're either posting less on Instagram, or maybe the content that they're posting is just working better on Facebook than on Instagram. So this can give you some important insights to help you know what's working and what's not. So that's everything here in the Insights tab. And then finally, I want to talk through settings, even though most of what's down here we've already seen. So if you go to your settings, this is where you can connect additional accounts. This is where you can, again, search for leads, respond to leads, and pull up your interesting content. So you can see those down here just like you could see them in these other sections. So we'll go back up to the overview here. And that's pretty much it. That's everything that you can see and do in our SocialFish platform. So if you would like to get back to the main dashboard, just click that menu button and that will take you back to all of your options. So that is pretty much it for today. I hope you found this valuable and have fun getting out there and posting on your social accounts. And as always, feel free to reach out if there's anything we can do to help. Thank you so much for being a part of the Big Fish family, and we will see you on the next video.